キリがないでな。パッ！その前に逃げることにしておる。
おお、それは良いお心がけじゃの。
あ、こら、どう？パッ！
ところでお主、野節を30人ほど切ってみる気はないかな。
Japan rose to almost immediate cinematic prominence with the one-two punch of Yasujiro Ozu's 1953 Tokyo Story and Akira Kurosawa's 1954 Seven Samurai. Part of a creatively fertile post-war period that saw similar artistic strides in Italy, France, and Sweden. Ozu's deeply human drama and Kurosawa's action genre Big Bang are both certified fresh, meaning they've maintained a 75% after at least 40 critic reviews.
すいません。私を弟子にしてください。
弟子？
お願いします。私一生懸命頑張ります。
That's the only Ozu movie on our guide to Japanese certified fresh films, while Kurosawa appears 5 more times with Rashomon, Ikiru, Throne of Blood, Yojimbo, and Ran. Other directors featured in our guide to certified fresh films produced in Japan include Hirokazu Koreeda, genre icon Takeshi Kitano, Neon Genesis Evangelion creator Hideaki Anno, the impossibly prolific Takashi Miike, and Yojiro Takeda, whose departures took home the Best Foreign Language Film Academy Award in 2008, a first for Japan. Anime has been one of Japan's greatest entertainment exports, with Hayao Miyazaki's films at the forefront. Other prominent animation directors include Isao Takahata, Makoto Shinkai, Satoshi Kon, and Mamoru Hosoda. Number 10, Jiro dreams of sushi. Revered sushi chef Jiro Ono strives for perfection in his work, while his eldest son, Yoshikazu, has trouble living up to his father's legacy. Starring Jiro Ono, Kevin Iwashina, and David Gelb, who also directed the film. Critics say beautiful, thoughtful, and engrossing, Jiro Dreams of Sushi should prove satisfying even for filmgoers who don't care for the cuisine.
いいネタを入れていい仕事をするのが職人で、あと儲かろうが儲からんがあんまりそれは気にしない。で自分たちでも例えばお寿司を作ってやってるだけどまだあるんだろうまだあるんだろうって上を見るわけでしょ。ということはまだ上に何かがあるっていうこと、そこまで頂上まで行けば完璧かも分かんないけど、じゃあこの頂上はどこかっていうと分かんないわけですよ。今仕事しててこの年になって完璧だとは思っていないからね。気分いいですよ。一日中ほんわかほんわかで握ってられるし、職人根性でしょうねこれは。
Number 9, Shoplifters. On the margins of Tokyo, a dysfunctional band of outsiders is united by fierce loyalty and a penchant for petty theft. When the young son is arrested, secrets are exposed that upend their tenuous, below-the-radar existence. Starring Lily Frankie, Sakura Ando, Mayu Matsuoka, and directed by Hirokazu Koreeda. Critics say, understated yet ultimately deeply affecting, Shoplifters adds another powerful chapter to director Hirokazu Koreeda's richly humanistic filmography.
ボイルがいいって。スープがいいって。
Number 8, Grave of the Fireflies. A teenager is charged with the care of his younger sister after an Allied firebombing during World War II destroys their home and kills their mother. Starring J. Robert Spencer, Rhoda Crossite, Amy Jones, and directed by Isao Takahata. Critics say an achingly sad anti-war film, Grave of the Fireflies is one of Studio Ghibli's most profoundly beautiful, haunting works.
妹さんどないしたんや。
西宮の遠い親戚に今朝預けてきました。焼け出されたら置いてもらうことになっとったから。
そうか、それはよかった。ほな私は任務があるさかいこれで元気でな。
Number 7, Tokyo Story. The elderly Shukishi and his wife Tomi take the long journey from their small seaside village to visit their adult children in Tokyo. Their elder son, Koichi, a doctor, and their daughter, Shigi, a hairdresser, don't have much time to spend with their aged parents. And so it falls to Noriko, the widow of their younger son, who was killed in the war, to keep her in-laws company. Starring Chishu Ryu, Chieko Higashiyama, Setsuko Hara, and directed by Yasujiro Ozu. Critics say Tokyo Story is a Yasujiro Ozu masterpiece, whose rewarding complexity has lost none of its power more than half a century on.
Isamuちゃん、あんた大きくなったら何になるん？あんたもお父さんみたいにお医者さんか？あんたがのお医者さんになる子らおばあちゃんおるかの？
Number 6, Tampopo. Two Japanese milk truck drivers help a restaurant owner learn how to cook great noodles. Starring Tomu Yamazaki, Nobuko Miyamoto, Ken Watanabe, and directed by Juzo Itami. Critics say, thanks to director Juzo Itami's offbeat humor and sharp satirical edge, Tampopo is a funny, sexy, affectionate celebration of food and its broad influence on Japanese culture.
待ったあんた今何観察したの？
若くて可愛い人だなって。
違うそんなんじゃねえんだよ。この客は急いでるのか腹が減ってるのか、この店は初めてか、フラッと入ってきたのか、噂を聞いてきたのか、酒飲んだ後か、この店のラーメンに合うか。
はい。
ラーメン出してみる。 いいぞいいぞ、そのチャーシューをその場で切るのは非常に。
うちの人がいつもそうしてたもんですから。
ただし厚さが厚すぎる。
せめてものサービスのつもりなんです。
厚けりゃいいってもんじゃねえんだ。厚さ3ミリにして見切れにしてみよう。
はい。
わあ、薄ぎますよ、それじゃいくらなんでも。
はい。
ほらそこだ、ほらタンポ、そこで客の顔を見る。自分の作ったラーメンに愛情があれば、それを客がどんな顔して食べるのか気になるだろうが。
はい、すいません。
今客何やってる？
スープを飲んでます。
おかしいと思わねえか。おかしいだろうが、熱い熱いはずのラーメンのスープがなんで出てきた途端にこうやって飲めちゃうんだよ。
あ、そっか。
ここに致命的な欠陥がある。
はい。
熱くないラーメンはラーメンではない。
はい。
Number 5, Only Yesterday. A put-upon 27-year-old Japanese office worker travels to the countryside and reminisces about her childhood in Tokyo and what life could have been. Starring Daisy Ridley, Dev Patel, Ashley Eckstein, and directed by Isao Takahata. Critics say Only Yesterday's long-delayed US debut fills a frustrating gap for American Ghibli fans, while offering further proof of the studio's incredibly consistent commitment to quality.
City people see forests and woods and streams, and they're happy because they think what they're seeing is nature. Apart from back deep in the mountains, almost everything you see here is the work of a farmer.
That's so?
Sure, of course it is.
The river?
A dam.
And those woods?
Planted.
And the stream?
Dug. Irrigation. It's not just the paddies and the fields. Everything has been touched by man. Our ancestors cleared this and cultivated that, encouraged mushrooms, berries, wild garlic.
Really?
Yeah. This scenery's come about by lucky accident, as people have struggled with nature to get what they needed to survive.
So without people, this scenery wouldn't have been here?
No, it wouldn't have. To get what they need from nature, farmers have to do a lot of different things to make sure that nature will continue to provide forever.
Number 4, Still Walking. 12 years after their beloved eldest son, Junpei, drowned while saving a stranger's life, Kyohei and Toshiko welcome their surviving children home for a family reunion. Younger son Ryota still feels that his parents resent that he isn't the one who died. His new wife, Yukari, is awkwardly meeting the rest of the family for the first time. Daughter Chinami strains to fill the uncomfortable pauses with forced cheer. Starring Hiroshi Abe, Yu, Yoshio Harada, and directed by Hirokazu Kurita. Critics say Hirokazu Kurita's film may seem modest at first, but this family drama casts a delicate, entrancing spell.
あんなくだらんやつのためになんでよりになってうちの他に代わりはいくらでもいたろうに。
くだるとかくだらないとかそんな言い方しないでください、子供の前で。
何がマスコミの偉そうにって。
別に偉そうなのかしてなかったでしょ。
今の僕ってお前ただのフリーターじゃないか。
いいじゃないですか、まだ若いんだから。
無駄に通体ばっかりでっかくなりやがって。あんなやつは生きてたって何の役にも立ちやしないよ。
だから謝ってたんじゃない？すいません、生きててすいませんって。誰だっけ？太宰治だっけ？
林家三平じゃないの？これすいませんすいません。
関係ないだろ。今太宰治も三平も比べるなって言ってんだよな、人の人生を。
靴下片っぽだけ真っ暗だって。
彼だって精一杯頑張ってるわけです。それは思うようにいかないことだってあるかもしれないよ。だけどさ、父さんみたいに上から下るとか下らないとか笑うな。
どうした？どうなることないでしょう。
何向きになってんだいい年して。お前には関係ないだろ。
医者はそんなに偉いんですか？
Number 3, Drive My Car. 2 years after his wife's unexpected death, Yusuke Kafuku, a renowned stage actor and director, receives an offer to direct a production of Uncle Vanya at a theater festival in Hiroshima. There, he meets Masaki Watari, a taciturn young woman assigned by the festival to chauffeur him in his beloved red Saab 900. As the production premiere approaches, tensions mount amongst the cast and crew, not least between Yusuke and Koji Takasuki, a handsome TV star who shares an unwelcome connection to Yusuke's late wife. Forced to confront painful truths raised from his past, Yusuke begins, with the help of his driver, to face the haunting mysteries his wife left behind. Adapted from Haruki Murakami's short story, Ryusuke Hamaguchi's Drive My Car is a haunting road movie traveling a path of love, loss, acceptance, and peace. Starring Hidetoshi Nishijima, Toko Miura, Reika Hiroshima, and directed by Ryusuke Hamaguchi. Critics say Drive My Car's imposing runtime holds a rich, patiently engrossing drama that reckons with self-acceptance and regret.
本当は子供欲しかった？もう一度。
わかんないな。誰もあの子の代わりにはなれないわけだし。
でも同じぐらい愛せたかも。
君が望まないものを僕だけ望んでも仕方ないよ。
ごめんね。
君のせいじゃない。僕も君と一緒にそれを選んだんだ。だからいいんだよ。
うん。私ね、あなたのことが本当に大好きなの。
ありがとう。
私、あなたで本当によかった。
Number 2, Seven Samurai. A samurai answers a village's request for protection after he falls on hard times. The town needs protection from bandits, so the samurai gathers 6 others to help him teach the people how to defend themselves, and the villagers provide the soldiers with food. A giant battle occurs when 40 bandits attack the village. Starring Toshiro Mifune, Takashi Shimura, Yoshio Inaba, and directed by Akira Kurosawa. Critics say, arguably Akira Kurosawa's masterpiece, Seven Samurai is an epic adventure classic with an engrossing story, memorable characters, and stunning action sequences that make it one of the most influential films ever made. And before we reveal number 1, here are some honorable mentions. The Twilight Samurai. In 1860s Japan, Samurai Seibei lives in a rural village with his mother and daughters, where he's stuck working as a bookkeeper rather than a warrior. Disillusioned by his position in society and the death of his wife, Seibei finally is stirred from his malaise by the arrival of Tomoe, a woman he loved as a child. His feelings for her are still strong, but the burdens of family, career, and social standings could keep Seibei from following his desires. Starring Hiroyuki Sanada, Rie Miyazawa, Nenji Kobayashi, and directed by Yoji Yamada. Critics say, Samurai epic as a touching drama.
Hyodoro! これ以上続ければ私はあんたを切るぞ。それでいいのだか。
結構だ。早く抜け。 足を切ったな。助かれ。
Your Name. A teenage boy and girl embark on a quest to meet each other for the first time after they magically swap bodies. Starring Ryunosuke Kamiki, Mone Kamishiraishi, Ryo Narita, and directed by Makoto Shinkai. Critics say as beautifully animated as it is emotionally satisfying, Your Name adds another outstanding chapter to writer-director Makoto Shinkai's filmography.
父さんの宝物だ。
あなたお姉ちゃんになったんやよ。ごめんねみんな。
お父さんお母さんいつ帰ってくるん？
救えなかった。
あんたがそんなんでどうする？
神社など続けたところで
婿養子が何を言う？
僕が愛したのは双葉です。宮水神社じゃない。
出て行け。三葉四葉、今日からずっとばあちゃんと一緒やでな。
Spirited Away. 10-year-old Chihiro moves with her parents to a new home in the Japanese countryside. After taking a wrong turn down a wooded path, Chihiro and her parents discover an amusement park with a stall containing an assortment of food. To her surprise, Chihiro's parents begin eating and then transform into pigs. In this supernatural realm, Chihiro encounters a host of characters and endures labor in a bathhouse for spirits, awaiting a reunion with her parents. Starring Rumi Hiragi, Miyu Irino, Mari Natsuki, and directed by Hayao Miyazaki. Critics say Spirited Away is a dazzling, enchanting, and gorgeously drawn fairy tale that will leave viewers a little more curious and fascinated by the world around them.
電車が来た。来るよ。沼の底までお願いします。え？あなたも乗りたいの？この人もお願いします。
And finally, number 1, The Tale of the Princess Kaguya. A tiny nymph found inside a bamboo stalk grows into a beautiful and desirable young woman who orders her suitors to prove their love by completing a series of near-impossible tasks. Starring Aki Asakura, Kengo Kora, Takeo Chi, and directed by Isao Takahata. Critics say, boasting narrative depth, frank honesty, and exquisite visual beauty, The Tale of the Princess Kaguya is a modern animated treasure with timeless appeal.
皆様申し訳ございません。何しろ世間知らずの娘ゆえ。
しかし美しい姫でしたね。声もことも。
いや全くこの世のものとも思えぬ調べよ。
しかしあのような無理難題を突きつけるとは。
いや惜しい惜しい。
まっこと得難き宝よ。
大変です。巫女様方がお帰りになるのを見て、お屋敷の前の人だかりが
まるで潮が引くようにいなくなったのでしょ。
さよです。それをお知らせ参らせようと。姫様
さあ行きましょう。
え、どこへ？
お花見。
お花見？
そう、桜の花を見に行くの。そうだわ。お父様とお母様にもお声をおかけして。
And friends, that about does it for us. Be sure to stay tuned to the Rotten Tomatoes channel for more of the entertainment content you love. Until next time, I'm your host, Naz Perez, and we'll see you back here for more top 10s on the Rotten Tomatoes Countdown.